Most people are living in a financial house with no foundation. They just keep stacking money on sound and wondering why nothing stands. Welcome to Minted Knowledge, your hub for financial knowledge. I'm your host, Tim Lane, and this is where the confused will become confident and where every episode will be another stone in your foundation. So get your writing material, pay rapt attention. The class is in session. I don't remember most of my childhood, but if there's one specific memory I can recall with absolute clarity, it happened when I was 14. I walked up to one of my aunts and asked her a simple question. Ma'am, how much do you earn? I was just curious. And I want you to imagine that type of look that typical African elderly gives, especially the women. That look that if they give you, to seem as if the ground should just swallow you up. That was the look she gave me. It felt as if I had asked something way private than private itself. And she replied in Yoruba, Akimbiri ngota gbalagba. In English, just translates to children do not question the affairs of elders. And just like that, the conversation ended. But that brief interaction taught me a silent, powerful lesson. It taught me that money is a deep secret. It taught me that money is overcomplicated and it is strictly handled by adults. And also that it is a slightly dangerous territory. It taught me that it was a subject meant for everybody else, but not for people like me. And unconsciously, that single moment caused me to arrive at an adulthood completely unprepared for the most practical, daily subject of human life. Now, I'm not blaming my aunt. She's actually a very sweet auntie. She gave me more than sweet. She was simply doing what most people did back then. They were acting on the silent curriculum that their own parents handed to them. So they belong to a generation of financial silence. Their parents didn't talk to them about finance. So they also didn't talk to their children and their younger ones about finance. And sadly, if we are not careful, we'll pass that exact same silence down to our own kids. So today, I want to break that pattern. So I want you to pay attention. This episode is dedicated to every young person listening right now and to every adult who was never taught about money but want to ensure that the next generation does not have to start from scratch. You might have come across video or maybe you've seen it where kids just do whatever their parents do. So let's say a father picked up a remote to play a TV. And then maybe the second day or the third day, you can see the child picking up the same remote to do what his father did. And the funny thing is, some might even take the exact same position that their father take whenever the father press play on the remote. So this is to tell you that children are ultimate pattern recognition machine. So when money is consistently treated as a taboo, it is hardwired inside the child brain as something to be feared. And when parents argue about money behind closed doors, children will learn that money is a toxic source of conflict. And when a child genuinely asks a financial question and is met with, we will talk about it when you are older, what would be registered in their brain is that they are not smart enough or worthy enough to understand the realities. And the funny part is, financial psychologists have found that people that have financial healthy adulthood, they have one denominator in common. And that is the fact that someone talked to them about money when they were young. And talking to them about money did not mean they gave them the complex one. They just gave it to them in a simple way that they can understand. They gave them the simple, basic, age-appropriate conversations. Conversations like, this is how much this item costs. This is why we prioritize what we spend. This is the goal we are actively saving for. And that normalization builds a psychological mindset in them that is much more valuable than any financial products that they've come across as adults. So if you're under 18 and you're listening to this podcast, I want you to thank the Lord because you're in the right place. So here are 3 foundational financial concepts that will matter more than anything else by the time you hit 25. Number 1 is that time is your primary asset. Building wealth is not about intelligence, it is about time. And time is the absolute biggest financial asset that you can have. If you consider the mathematics of compound interest, so let's say you start saving or investing 5,000 naira monthly now at the age of 16 or 18. By the time you would retire, you'll be retiring with a significantly higher wealth than someone that starts saving 30k monthly at age 35. So starting early, even with a tiny amount, is the most lethal financial move that you can make. So don't forget, time is your primary asset. Number 2, you must know the difference between a need, a want, and an investment. Although most of the modern marketing that we have labeled needs as just sophisticated wants. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with spending your money on your wants. But I want you to make it a conscious habit and a conscious choice instead of just blind reaction. So what is a need? A need keeps your daily life safe, functional, and operational. So like feeding, transport, data, the essentials, like we've talked about in previous episode. A want makes your life comfortable and highly enjoyable. So let's say like entertainment, a date night, miscellaneous, or trends. Those are wants. Why an investment grow in value over time and it generates a future stream of income. So lesson 2, know the difference between a need, a want, and an investment on a personal level. Lesson 3, focus on a skill stack, not the salary. When you are still early in your journey, your primary job is not to chase money. Your primary job should be to get or build high income skills. Skills like software coding, skills like copywriting, skills like designing, skills like negotiation, skills like public speaking or digital building. These are what dictate your future value. So every single bit of expertise that you acquire, they will become an independent source of leverage later in life. And multiple streams of income do not start from multiple jobs. They begin with a robust skill stack. So stack that skill first, and capital will naturally chase the competence. So lesson 3, focus on the skills, not the salary. This part is for the current and upcoming parents listening to my voice. So I want you to know that discussing financial reality with your children is not an act of burdening them. Rather, it is an act of equipping them. So you don't need to share your sensitive income statement or stress them out with your metrics and everything, but you absolutely must normalize the conversation. Let them see how a budget works. Help them to understand the reasoning behind why certain purchases are made in the house and why some are not. And let them make small financial decisions. In a safe space, let them live with the consequences of that decision. Because mistakes are the core curriculum of financial literacy. So it's better they make a mistake of 2,000 naira now when they are under your roof than making 2 million naira mistake later in the future. So our exercise for this week is quite simple and it's split into 2. If you're a young person, this is for you. If you do not already have one, open a dedicated saving account this week. If you are within 16 or not yet legal age to open one, ask a trusted parent or guardians to assist you with the setup and deposit something into it, even if it's just 500 naira. The psychological habit of consistency is definitely much more valuable than the actual amount you are putting into it. The second part of the exercise is directed to parents. I want you to initiate one single calm conversation with your child this week about money. It might be maybe after a dinner. And don't turn it into a boring lecture. Just open the floor with an expansive question like, what do you think our daily item actually cost? Or what would you do if someone handed you 10K right now? Let their mind work. Let them think. And let them answer. And most importantly, listen as they speak. Don't rush to give them an answer. Let them speak. Financial education is completely absent from school curriculum in most countries. You did not get it. I did not get it. So that means the responsibility falls squarely on us, podcasters, parents, and immediate community to fill that structural gap. So every single young person who learned this rule early in life is one less adult who would arrive in their 30s confused, ashamed, or forced to start over from scratch. So I want you to take a deliberate action on this framework this week. And I'll see you on the next one. Every great house starts with a decision to build something that lasts. And you just made that decision. This is Minted Knowledge. Keep building, and I'll see you in the next episode.